4-5 is famous, baby. Here we go.
All right, 4-5 Radio, Clapboards podcast. Got Mitch in the building.
What up?
Gates in the building.
Yo.
Marty in the building.
Yeah.
We got Zip behind the building, working the camera. Shit. Happy New Year from the 4-5 family. This is our first time getting together to do a podcast since New Year, right?
I believe so.
Pretty sure it's been a while. Shit, there's been a lot of shit going on.
We missed a lot of shit.
Yeah, so everything we're talking about, if we're late to it, we're late to it. But, I mean, you got to hear our shit, right? So, we got to start off with Rkelly, right?
I think we do.
Have to start off with Mr. Robert Kelly, right?
And we're already late to this discussion, but we got to touch on it.
The thing is, I'm kind of glad that we're late because all of the like responses from celebrities and the opinions being formed about it and the conversation that happened after, we get to talk about that too. So let's get into it. Backstory for anyone that's living under a rock. I mean,
Seriously though, like
yeah. So I mean, it's been known for a long time.
Since kindergarten.
Yeah, so it's been known for a long time that R. Kelly goes after underage women, and not even underage women. He goes after basically women in general, and he basically brainwashes them and abuses them and does all kinds of nasty shit to them. If you haven't watched the R. Kelly pretty much exposal on Lifetime, go watch that. It's a great watch.
I still haven't watched it.
You
Yeah, I haven't
need
watched
to.
it
I
either.
feel like I'm all set on it.
No,
I already
what
know
is there
he's-
to watch?
I already know
You're
he's
not.
sick.
You're not all set.
Yeah,
Because-
like how uncultured are you?
I already know he's sick.
Why do I? Yeah, I know he's sick already. Why do I gotta sit there and go like actually see their trauma? Like
What do
I
you
already
mean?
got it. in
No,
my head.
because-
What do you mean?
So let me start. The thing with me is, I knew, like, I always knew, like, yeah, growing up, like, the jokes and all that, but watching this, like, made me understand how serious
Right.
it was and, like, how real it was. Because a lot of times they made it seem like it was a girl and, like, she got with him and she ended up staying with him and, like, the underage shit, like, you knew that it went to court and it got thrown out. So I was always under the impression that, like, yeah, like, it wasn't, like, that shit didn't really happen like that.
And it's just
I've been saying he's crazy. Even on these podcasts, like we did a podcast a few months ago, and I was saying like, yo, he's. That's when remember I was like, compare R. Kelly to 6ix9ine, and I was like, yo, he's sick. Like, I'm sure there's still details that I haven't seen because I haven't
Yeah.
seen the show. But I don't even want it. Like, that's not gonna do anything
Okay.
for me. I feel like it's already he's cut off in my mind already.
Bro, but you still gotta understand like how sick.
I don't need to understand how sick he is. He's already sick to me.
It's not even just him though. Like you have to.
The whole
understand-
industry, yeah, I feel
Like, bro,
because a lot of people had to know.
yeah, like his whole team was orchestrating it.
That's
so like
sick.
that's fucked up. And then like not even just R. Kelly, like the situation in itself, like you should watch it just because of the situation itself. Because if it's R. Kelly and some little white girls, like there's no way that's going down for 20 plus years, or like if it's some
Facts.
little white boys or something like that.
Right.
And on top of that, bro, niggas been making jokes about this for 20 years, bro.
Yeah, the
For
Boondocks
like
did a
20
whole
years.
That's just
episode
not
about
even
this
something you
nigga.
can joke
That's
about
what I'm
anymore.
saying,
Like, and the thing is, like, up until that documentary,
I laughed at it. I
not
thought
even
it
that.
was funny.
I used to listen to his music, and
me too.
There's another discussion, like separating the art from the artist, but
I was
Like,
thinking
who
that
was
in my
bumping
car on my
grind
way
about?
here. Like,
Huh?
can
Who was
you do
bumping
that?
grind about? Like, it makes you think about some of the songs he made.
yeah, and they talked
Like-
about that too, and I never thought about it like that. And
sick.
like, I didn't know that he wrote "You're Not Alone," like the Michael Jackson song, and like that too. Like, you gotta take into account all the
That's
shit
sick.
he wrote.
The
and-
first time I seen the little preview that they were gonna have the show, that's what first made me hold on. Let me go like look back and like look up some stuff. And like I'm saying, I'm sure it's still the show goes way more detail. So I'm sure there's a lot I can know. But like I said, when I started researching shit, that was just enough for me. I was like, oh yeah, he's sick. Like, I don't need to know anything else. I don't want to know.
Yo,
anywhere.
but,
I
like-
don't want to feel away. I don't want to like
When
see
the
that
stuff
trauma.
about
Like,
him,
I don't want
when
to see
the
that.
stuff about him pissing on the girl came out, that was like,
Yo, that's just that
was
got
it.
me so tight, bro. 'Cause, like, I'm just trying to think like if that's my daughter, and then the parents had like the parents. That's what got me the most part probably about the whole shit. Like, the parents went up there, and the girl went up there and said that's not me. Like they took a check. I'm not him.
Nah,
They
facts.
took a check. Like
the
that's-
craziest
I'm
shit
not
to
letting
me
my 15-year-old daughter do
is
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that girl is with him to this day.
Right now,
That's
yeah.
sick.
Like that one that fucking broke my heart. Two,
Yeah,
like
that's
finding
sick.
out like you said, her parents, like he cut them a check and they were all for it.
And
And
the other reason you should
bro,
watch it, bro,
oh my
that
God.
fucking sex rink he has in his crib, bro, or whatever. Like they brought one of his former whatever like girlfriends to one of the houses he used to own. I guess the house he just sold in Atlanta.
that he lost in Atlanta.
Right, yeah. So it's like, bro, she started like shaking just walking through the house, like just off like on some PTSD type shit.
No.
Like it's fucked up, bro. Like it's fucked
See,
up.
Yeah, that's
everything.
sick.
So how do y'all feel about? Because there's everybody who's saying it's fucked up. Then there's like how we're saying, oh, we already knew. So I see.
No. See, this is the thing. Like, I like. Well, I'm gonna say for me, when I had heard about this, I was real young.
Yeah, we
like,
were all young.
Like I heard about this at 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? So
You don't know what's really like going on.
right,
At the
you know what I'm
time.
saying? Like, and it's like by the time I got to an age where I could understand it, I'm seeing the Boondocks with like the
Making
R.
fun
Kelly.
of it.
I'm seeing the Chappelle show.
All the
Yeah.
You know
jokes.
what I'm saying? Like it's not where there's something where I could be like, oh, well,
It's serious.
what really happened? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And if you did at that time, if you did try to go back and see what really happened, bro, R. Kelly's team had it on lock.
Yeah, he was.
lock,
He basically
yeah.
got off on it.
Yeah,
Basically,
he got it on lock, bro. Like it's to the point where like, yeah, niggas ignored it, but at the same time, like the way they spun it, bro, there was black girls outside the courthouse defending that man, and he's out there preying on little black girls. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
it.
Like,
And he got a girl from support that was supporting him while he was on trial.
yeah, that's,
Like that
that's one of
shit
the
is
craziest
so.
parts, too.
Oh my
One
god.
of the little ass girls out there protesting for him ended up being like one of his shorties.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Money rules
because
the
I
world.
was talking to Keith and he was like, "Oh, I don't know why people are surprised." I was like, first of all, I didn't watch it, but if you have a 3-part series on R. Kelly going into detail, everything obviously is gonna cause like it's gonna make people see it in a whole new light. Right.
Yeah.
So even if people like knew like some parts of it, this is just brought it to a whole new level.
And like, yo, you see, like, there's no way that niggas in the industry didn't know about it. Like, I'm not hearing like if you worked with R. Kelly, I feel like there's no way Jay-Z didn't know what R. Kelly had going on. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day when
They made the song.
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way he didn't know.
Then they go on tour.
And that makes me
Yeah,
look at
they did the
Jay-Z
whole
kind of
album.
iffy. Like,
Too.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like
No, they definitely know about
Like,
it.
how do you
Did
feel
y'all
about it?
watch the Dame Dash Nick Cannon shit?
Yes.
I only saw
yeah.
a clip.
Nah.
You should
I
watch
think I
that.
saw a clip of
You
it.
should
though.
watch that. They talk about it too. It's pretty good.
Nah.
But he brought up the whole Jay-Z situation too. Like Dame was saying he wasn't a part of it at all.
I think that's what I saw the clip of when he.
was
brought
on
up the
Instagram,
Jay-Z
right?
part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should watch the whole thing. It's really good.
I think I'm about to when I go home. But bro, like, I feel
That's
like
sick.
out of everybody, I feel like there should have been way more people that stepped up and said something. And I feel like
more people just have dirt on them too, so they don't want to go out there when
and I
they
feel
got
like
dirt on
niggas is
them.
real lame for like his team, especially like his manager, his brothers, and all the niggas is real lame for letting that go on as long as it did.
Yeah. Nah, I heard the stuff about Aaliyah's parents and stuff, and like I was just thinking like if my daughter's 15, if she's going on tour with anybody, I'm on that bus. Like
Yeah.
she's not going, or I'm there.
Yo,
like,
bro, he married a 15-year-old.
like, that's sick, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
sick.
that's fucked
Yeah, I'm not even
up,
thinking
yo.
about bears at
That's
15.
fucked
Like,
up,
Bro, I'm thinking about so
That's
much
it.
other stuff.
Like, bro, like, God bless her soul, rest in peace. But like, you know how much that could have fucked up like her mental state at that
Yeah.
age. Like,
Like she ain't have no freedom
that's
from
what I'm
like
saying.
15
Like,
and on.
her brain is not even done growing yet. Like,
Yeah, like
you fucking her up like that. Like,
she never gonna learn how to be in like a real relationship.
that shit is sad, bro.
Bro.
So one of the conversations was, can you separate the art from the artist? So like, can you listen to R. Kelly still? Like, is he in your library?
See, I was thinking that on my way over here because I was listening to the Kodak album, Fyre album, top 5 album of 2018, by the way. But I'm listening to that on the way over here, and I'm like, damn, bro, like I don't want to support a rapist, like.
But Kodak is different because we don't know if he's
No,
actually
true. But I'm thinking of like, and then I started thinking of the R. Kelly shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if I can't support, that's like, cause I'm thinking if I don't support R. Kelly, I can't support this nigga. Like, I can't.
But
I
there's
can't have a
levels,
double
Yeah,
bro.
there's
standard.
levels
There's
to it.
levels
Like
to
there's
this
just certain
shit.
stuff
Like-
that you could separate the music from. Like,
Okay.
like for example, when I say I still listen to Ye, people be like, oh, but he fuck with Trump. But like my thing
Okay,
is that's
okay.
his political.
Okay,
You feel me? I don't have nothing to do with the
understand
music.
that. Okay,
So I
can
feel like it
understand that.
depends on like the level
So
of
it's a
you feel me.
circumstance
So
kinda
like if somebody's like raping somebody, that's different. I can't listen to your music.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't bump R. Kelly like that, honestly. So
But
it was
bitch-
easy for me.
Kodak raped the bitch. No.
We don't know.
Well, we don't know yet
Yeah,
though.
we don't know.
It's not like
He
it's
got
not
accused.
proven that he did it, so we can't be like, oh,
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
But
R. Kelly, there's so much people. There's like no. Everybody knows he did it. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
and,
Like,
and-
okay.
and with R. Kelly, like now, I know too much.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
maybe if I didn't know all this, I'd probably
I'd
listen
still
to him.
be
Like
able to
if I was more ignorant to it, ignorant to the situation. But like now, I just know too much, and no, I can't do it without thinking. Like
like he said, you got a 3-part story. That's
Yeah.
like,
The way I
a
look at it,
lot, a
is
lot of
just
shit
like-
happened.
All it took for me was just to see one of them parents up there. Not even like, bro, like just imagine if that's somebody you know, like your
Yeah.
sister, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
people don't look at it like
wrong.
that until it affects them. Like when it's somebody different, it's like, it's cool, you can
Right,
brush it
yeah,
away.
definitely. The
But when
closer
see
you
that
are to
happen-
something, the more it affects you.
And shit,
Mhm.
what also got me tight was like I was talking about this at work with the coworkers and shit, and like, and they're telling me like, oh well, I don't feel bad for them girls because why don't you just leave?
Bro,
And
no.
like, yo, it's not that. Like, if
Yeah,
you
that's
listen
ignorant.
to the psychologists, bro, and the
Yeah.
doctors that go up there, like, they really explain it to the T. Like, it's
Yeah.
really merry-go-round end game for as long as the
It's like them getting
the nigga-
brainwashed.
Exactly. Like,
It's just like relationships. Basically, like why people don't leave
right,
relationships that
exactly,
are toxic. Like
exactly.
it's not that easy to just leave that.
And
Like,
even on the show, one of the girls, her mom rescued her.
yeah,
Her mom
Yeah.
rescued her.
yeah. Her mom
She ended
flew
up
out to
going
LA.
back for 3 days. And
Nice.
then she finally left again for good. But for you to escape and finally be out and still feel like,
Still
yo, like
have
to- I
have
he's
to
gonna
go
get
back.
me.
Yeah.
And you gotta
Like,
think about it like this is
oh,
R.
God.
Kelly, so like they still look at him like it's R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Like he
He's
holds
a
some status
powerful
to him.
person,
So
yeah.
like they scared to just be like, oh, you feel me? Like you're not used to being in a situation like that.
It's easy for I feel like it's easy for me to say I won't fuck with him because I never was really into R. Kelly. I'm trying to think like what if it was somebody like I really like. What if it was like Kanye?
Yeah, that's
who
tough.
came out with all this. That'd be
Yeah,
OD.
nah.
I never really fucked with Kanye like that, so
So, but who do you fuck with? Wayne.
like right.
So what
like,
if it was Wayne?
Weezy, like I'd be in shambles right now. Like I'm not gonna hold you. Like,
On some like just headphones type shit.
yeah, like, I don't even know what to do. Like
That's sick.
I don't even want to talk about it no more.
All right, hold on. What else we got? R. Kelly. All right, so did y'all watch these games this past weekend, the NFL games?
You know it.
Bro,
You see the jersey?
You know it. See the
first
jersey.
of all, Gates don't watch football.
I watch playoff football.
Me too. I watched playoff
Y'all
football,
niggas-
so now I could talk
You
about
niggas
it.
make me sick, bro. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Can I say
Like,
something about the Saints Rams game?
Go ahead.
So like,
All right, know what? First,
Okay.
give us a recap of the game and
yeah,
and
you
your
give-
and your opinion.
You give your
Mine.
you give your recap because
Look,
I'm
everyone
my thoughts on it?
everyone let everyone talk.
All
Yeah,
right,
go
so
ahead.
what I'm gonna say about this game is, that call, like the non-call, was like bad. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst call in the history of the sport. But
like it.
the reason why I don't feel bad for them is because they still had chances to win that game before and after. And then if you want to look at the drive before that drive, we was at the 10-yard line, I believe. We had a face mask on 3rd down. They didn't call it. We score a touchdown there and say the same drive happens. They could call the flag or not. We still have a chance to win. Like
Yeah.
literally minutes before that, we got bullshitted on the call.
Yeah, but
That would just happen to be the last
you're
possession, but it's a bad
comparing
call.
you're comparing a knife stab to like a gunshot.
How's it a knife stab?
You
A
done?
face
That would've brought
mask?
us-
A face mask?
That
A
would've brought
face
us-
mask?
It's not about. No, I'm
Compared to-
not saying. I'm
done?
not talking about the
Come
type
on.
of flag it is. I'm talking about the impact it had on the game. It was a bad call. I don't know what else you want me to say about that. It was a
God.
bad call, but
Bad non-call.
it was a bad non-call. Yeah,
Are you finished?
but they still had a chance to win. Drew Brees had the ball first in overtime.
Let me know when you're finished.
Right. I still think we deserve our credit. We was down 13-0, 20-10. They had the ball 5 times from the 4th to overtime. and
Both
scored
teams
3 points.
played good, and it was a good game up until that bullshit.
That was a beautiful
non-call.
game.
No, it was a great
Beautiful.
game up until that point, and the fact that a game was decided by that's the worst part of it all.
No, yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like if it was in the second quarter or first quarter, something like that, cool.
Yeah,
but
no, definitely. Nah, I'm mad it comes to that. 'Cause, like, games shouldn't come down to the referees.
right. So Miles, go ahead. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do.
Did you just compare that a missed face mask call to that shit
Because
that
of
happened? Are you fucking joking
Because
right now?
no, because of the situation, it would have put each team in.
Hey yo,
I'm not talking about the type of flag. Of course, it's the pass interference.
He clapped my man's at the goal line.
He did. He thought he got beat, but he didn't plan on like before the play. He wasn't like, I'm finna go.
I understand, but you're not comparing a missed face mask.
I'm not. No, I'm not saying they're the same as in fouls. I'm talking about the situation of the team. No. If they call that face mask where the 1 yard line on first down, and if we score a touchdown there, the results on that drive does not impact the game. It did the way it did.
I understand what you're saying, Malik.
But what Miles is saying is that you can miss a face mask. You can miss that.
You don't miss that
that's
fucking
okay.
PI.
Yeah.
You don't miss that fucking PI.
No, that's facts.
All right,
that's
so
facts.
you can't compare that.
How?
Bro, because they probably missed 3 face mask calls that game.
Miles, he fell to his right and his helmet was looking
Hey, yo, my man got clapped at the goal line.
And that's a bad call. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying.
But you're trying to save face, too.
One is a bad missed call.
Well, there was multiple calls in the game that was missed.
Okay, one is a bad missed call. One is the worst missed call in NFL
It is. That's facts.
Okay, so it's not a discussion.
I'm saying we went through some shit too, and we both had chances to win that game after both calls.
With a minute and 30 seconds on the clock.
That's tough. That's Miles. It's like these referees are some of the worst referees in the world.
So y'all see that rule in the rule book saying that
yes,
when it calls bad enough,
Goodell, get on the phone.
Call. You can't do that.
Oh, really?
You can't do it.
It's in the rule book.
Yeah, but you can't do it because they played it overtime.
Call.
If you play it overtime, you can't just go rewind. You could do that if it's like the last play. You know what I'm saying? And that ended the game. But you can't go and erase a whole overtime.
I feel like they still wouldn't have done it, even if it didn't go overtime. They still probably wouldn't have done it because I didn't even know that was even possible.
Yeah,
because you gotta think, like with when the Seahawks played the Patriots, when they got to the 5 yard line, how many people on earth thought the game was over?
Should you or should you not have lost? Should the Rams or should the Rams not have lost? Yes or no?
We should have won.
Why?
Are you kidding me? Bro, you guys win that game if they call that flag.
No, but they
march 1 yard into the end zone. You guys still win that game?
We don't make the calls. We just played the game.
That's not what I asked
called.
you. I said, should the Saints have won? Yes or no?
We can't say that because you don't know what happens those next few plays.
You can
True,
say
you
that.
can't
say
know what
like I just said.
Worst case scenario, they kick a field goal.
But like I just said,
worst case scenario, they fumble the next play.
I'm off it.
How? But okay, I bet you, Miles, when the Seahawks played the Patriots in the Super Bowl,
right?
You telling me you thought that ball was gonna get turned over at the 5 yard line?
5 yards.
Or it might have been closer than that.
When he threw
the interception, he was right in the red zone. He's probably at like the 5 yard line.
Okay, but that's not a missed flag.
No, but I'm saying is that next play, you don't know what happens on that next play. You don't know if he fumbles. You can't determine that.
But the fact that you don't even get the chance.
Wait. Who the fuck is gonna throw that? Like no other 31 coaches.
But you can't. But we didn't. Okay, but before that play, you was saying that, and he did it. So you can't. You can't assume that.
Oh, you just brought up the dumbest play in NFL history. Literally.
Miles, he could fumble the ball. Can he fumble the ball?
What do you mean? It was a pick.
I'm saying if the Saints got that penalty flag and the next play they ran the ball, can he fumble the ball?
So you're saying the Saints would get to the 1 yard line and throw a slant instead of handing the ball?
Miles, if they run the ball, can he fumble the ball? If the next play they call
that's too many ifs.
What are the odds of that?
You don't know what's gonna happen.
But
that's
listen,
my whole point.
The fact that they didn't even get the chance to fumble it. That's the issue.
I said it's the worst call in the history. That not saying it's the worst call in sports.
That flag goes up on that PI. You know exactly what happens.
No, you don't. You can't determine that, Miles.
Y'all not all you're gonna get out of him. You're not gonna get any more than that.
You already said it's the worst call, bro. I don't know what
you know.
He says the worst call in NFL history.
It's the worst call in NFL history, but you also can't predict what happens in the next play. We can't say the game's automatically over because of that.
I only have Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram behind me, but you're right. I only need 3 feet.
What they do all game. What they do all game. They didn't get those 3 feet when they was in the red zone the first 2 times of the game. We gave them the ball at the 16 yard line with Kamara, Michael Thomas.
Are you gonna try to tell me that they wouldn't have scored?
We don't know that, Miles.
You're sick.
See, all right. If you told a Patriots fan the next day they wasn't gonna score at the 5 yard line.
The hash mark, bro. He got hit at the hash mark.
Hey, bro.
Patriots Nation.
Like you know where they used to kick field goal, 2 yard field goal.
Tom Brady.
Got hit at.
We gotta see it happen. You can't just assume.
Tom Brady.
So
when the coach played the Patriots, they fumbled at the 1 yard line too.
It was a bullshit call.
The worst call.
That changed the game. It shouldn't have happened. Can we all agree on that? It should not have happened. Can we agree on that?
That's facts.
Okay.
That's all.
No. That's all we gotta say. That's all we gotta say.
Drew Brees had the ball first in overtime.
Chiefs Patriots.
Tom Brady.
They saved him too, but
they did. But who cares?
Greatest of all time.
They're not gonna admit it, and they're just gonna. I don't want to hear it.
The thing is, like, Fuck, fuck.
I don't want to hear it.
It wasn't even him who did that.
What do you mean it wasn't him who did that?
His receivers were saving the fuck out of him, bro.
Okay, man.
How many diving catches? How like that Gronk catch?
Yo, he got him to the red zone in 3 plays.
Not only that, bro. Like if you damn, my bad. Not only that, if you go back, bro, that defense was terrible, bro. Like every receiver is wide open, not a defender 3 yards.
That's what we do the last 2 minutes.
Talking about the Chiefs defense.
That's what we do in the fourth quarter.
Yo, the Chiefs defense is literally ranked 31st in the NFL.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Right.
oh my God, Brady. Well, let me see one hard throw.
Well, if you look at the stats, he
so
didn't
you're
have.
trying to say
he
that
didn't go
wasn't an
crazy.
impressive last couple drives. That wasn't impressive to you.
I'm kind of used
If
to
you're saying
it.
no, then you're just a hater.
As a team, yes. For
Yeah,
Brady
I mean,
specifically, no.
I'm not saying like it wasn't like, bro. I'm not. You're saying like only Brady could have done that.
I didn't say that. That's not what I
well,
said.
that's how Patriot fans.
I think Tom Brady's the GOAT, but there's that Chris Hogan catch with one hand, bro.
Yeah, I was saying
Bro,
nice
like, you
catch when
can't-
I was saying nice throw.
Yo, like that's OD.
awesome.
Gronk doesn't do nothing all game.
When I say Brady's the GOAT, he's amazing. I'm not speaking for just one game. I'm saying I always look at the body work he's done, the fact that we're going to the Super Bowl again. That's why I don't pay attention in the regular season because it's not even fun to me. I'm like, when does the playoff start? When did the playoff start?
What?
We lose, no big deal.
What?
I'm spoiled. I'm a spoiled Patriots fan.
Yo, Tom Brady did not have a good year at all this year. What do you mean?
What does that have to do with anything I just said?
Yo, bro.
I said I don't care about the regular season because I care about
Bro,
the
you
playoffs because
know-
we're going to the Super Bowl again. And that's all I care about.
See, he could.
Nah, I will say Brady did
Shout
have
out
a
Bill
step down this
Belichick.
year,
That's
though.
it.
Who cares?
Said what?
Brady definitely had a step down this year, but their defense is playing better than people give them credit for.
Our running
Like it
game
was
is
recently.
way better than it ever was.
Yeah. Sonny Michel's nice.
Yeah, he's different. I don't know why y'all was putting Rex out there though on 4th downs. Like y'all worst running back on your roster was on there on 4th down. That's sick.
Yo, when Burkhead went in to win that,
I'm been
fucking
sick,
game
bro.
winning-
I'm been sick.
I was so sick.
Like they
I was
let the
like,
worst running back beat him.
They were giving him a lot of play too.
Yeah,
I don't know
a lot
why.
of play. I told people all year
He had a
like the
couple
Chiefs
big
is
runs
nice,
in the end.
but
Yeah.
you can't win with that defense. Like they give up the points they get, and eventually it comes down to who gets the ball last.
Speaking of who gets the ball, how about we talk about my boy James Harden and how he's
We
gonna
gotta
win
talk about the
MVP?
Super Bowl. Let's just
No,
say
no,
who we got in the
fuck
Super Bowl.
Nah, we gotta talk
What do
about.
we got?
Let's talk about the Super Bowl.
I don't want to have a discussion like who's gonna do this, who's gonna do that. It's just who do you got? Who's winning the Super Bowl?
I got the Rams just because I hate the Patriots.
Same here.
You know I got the Rams.
That's what we're going for.
You know I'm saying Todd Gurley for MVP.
All right, go Rams. Yes. Now we need to talk about James Harden,
MVP.
MVP.
Let's talk about it. What?
Nah.
Who's MVP to you?
You gotta give him the MVP. You got to.
He's playing the best. I'm saying he's not gonna get the MVP because his team's not gonna finish where they need to finish at to get the MVP. He's playing. He's having the best season right now, but he's not gonna get the MVP because we have this conversation all the time. We know who the MVP goes to, and
So
it goes
who
to
do
the top one or
Who you
two.
think Giannis?
Huh?
You think Giannis?
If Giannis gets,
If
it's gonna go to
Giannis gets
Giannis,
an MVP.
Kawhi, KD, or Steph Curry, unless James Harden gets to like a 2 seed.
What?
But
Katie or
what if
Steph-
Harden averages like
Steph Curry's
36?
Bro, you're not winning the MVP.
That's
with
bro. We could look it
those
up.
5 on your team. With those other 4 players on the team, you can't win MVP.
Why not?
Because if you
The
take one of those-
MVP
you take
every
one of those
year.
players
Okay,
off,
every year
you're still gonna win.
You could look it up. Look it up right now. Every year it goes to the top 1 or 2 seed, minus when Westbrook averaged a triple double for the first time in who knows how long. Other than that year, it goes to top 1 or 2 seed every year.
That's
what's gonna
facts,
happen
but like
again.
it's still the most valuable player in the world.
Yeah, and I said
so,
he's
like-
playing the best. I'm not saying he's not playing
No,
the
but I'm
best.
saying if you
Deserve it.
take off Steph Curry right now with them getting DeMarcus Cousins back, are they
That's-
still the
that's
biggest
not
threat
what
in the
he's
West?
saying.
That's
That's not
not
what
what
he's
I'm
saying.
saying. All that shit doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter.
He's saying like, look at articles.
So-
look at the people that vote, the writers. Look at who they're talking about. And
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
it's always Curry, Durant, and it's always going to be that
Giannis.
1 or 2 seed.
If
But
Giannis
James
gets a
Harden
2
is
seed, if
James
Kawhi
Harden
gets
is
the
making
1
history
seed,
though.
Yeah.
So if he finishes top 4, you can't
Harden's
knock
have-
him for that. He got
they
injured.
do it to LeBron every year. They do it. That's how it happens. They don't give it to the person who really is the MVP of the year. They don't give it to the person who's always playing the best. It's who's playing the best on the best team.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
who it goes
But
to.
there's exceptions. Like
Yeah.
Just Westbrook. That's it.
Well, Westbrook was an exception. But if Harden averages like 36,
If he averages
35,
36,
something
he
like
might-
that, and he
might
gets
be able to get it because we haven't seen
5 seed the
36.
least, then yes, like I think he's going to get it.
I think he needs to beat. If he averages 36, we haven't seen that since like Kobe, then
got
he
it
might
in
get
my
it.
mind,
No, it's not set in stone. He's having a great season.
I don't know who you can put over him.
40.
Only person I think that's up there.
Bro, it's January.
I like Kawhi. I think Kawhi should get some consideration too.
No, there's a lot of people I like. Like
Jokic, too,
everyone
low-key.
you mentioned, nah, Jokic, hell no.
Jokic.
Like, there's a whole bunch of people, like, in the discussion. I just think it goes everybody. James Harden.
If you see his stat line every night, it's just like,
Bro, it's not even a discussion.
and it's like people talk about the free throws, like it's crazy, but like his assists make
not
up
hearing
for
it.
that,
Not hearing it.
regardless.
Not hearing that
I
shit.
just can't get into James Harden like that.
I'm not hearing that shit.
Why?
What would Houston
His
be without
game
him?
is right now. This run he's having is fun to look at. It is, but I'm
He
just
has to
saying
do this
his-
too.
His game is not that like he has more free throw attempts than field goals.
And whose fault is that?
That's why I don't like his game. I'm not like. That's why I don't enjoy watching him that much. He has more field goal attempts than free. He has more free throws than field goal attempts for his career. Like that's not that fun to me.
I don't put that on him. It's just
Yeah, that's
he
just
knows how to play.
Play
Like,
to his advantage. You can't be mad at him for
I'm
that.
not mad at him. I'm saying that's why I don't enjoy watching him.
He's the best. Simple.
He's
So-
not the best player in the NBA.
Simple.
here's my
He's the best player in
question:
the NBA?
Simple.
Yeah, I think you and Crave are the only two.
if Chris Paul stays hurt, and if Capella takes a while to come back, are they still going to make the playoffs? Like, can he carry
Yeah.
them to the
Yeah,
playoffs
he'll
by
carry them to the
himself?
playoffs.
You think so?
Nobody in the NBA goes on the Houston Rockets that does what James Harden does. Simple. What?
Okay. Kevin Durant could be on that team and they'll be in the playoffs too.
Kevin Durant would have to run a point if he went on that team.
Okay.
No.
And he'll be in the playoffs.
No.
So Kevin Durant on Houston Rockets isn't making the playoffs, but James Harden is.
AFC.
So James Harden's better than
That's-
Kevin
that's-
Durant.
yeah.
All right, leave me
Yo,
alone.
what?
Leave me alone.
You don't believe that?
Yeah, I do.
No,
No,
you
you
don't.
don't.
You can't even say it with a straight face.
So if you redraft it right now, your team got the
James Harden.
got a top 2 pick.
That's
You
your
picking
favorite
James
player.
Harden over LeBron and KD?
Simple.
I can't put Harden above KD because KD's fucking real. Like it's very close. Yeah, hell yeah.
The thing is, people gotta realize that
It's
KD
close,
doesn't have to do
yes.
much no more. So like, we're not seeing his.
He don't have to do as much as Harden.
But if he
don't,
did,
but he
But if he
does.
did,
No, he
like,
doesn't.
And when he does, it's effortless. It's effortless,
Yeah,
bro.
like-
It's 60% shooting. It's 55 from three.
hey, game 3 in the finals
It's
last year.
20 in 29 minutes. Like it's
Easy for him. It's
Easy.
very easy. That's
Very
why it's
easy.
gonna be incredible when he's on the Knicks next year.
Now
I hope
imagine
he
if he
does
got
go- I
imagine
hope
if
he does
KD
go
got
to
the amount of
Knicks.
free
Me
throws.
too.
'cause that's a real situation that might happen.
I hope so. Praying for it.
James Harden better than Kevin Durant.
Averaging 30, 11, and 9, though.
No, got
What?
to.
Can't.
What? I mean, nah.
can't.
You can't do 11 assists. I'll tweet.
Okay, so with LeBron out, groin injury, Lakers aren't looking good.
AFC.
I don't know. Like it's getting now to the point where they can fall out the playoffs and like what's really gonna happen now? Because they were rolling really good like right before he left. They had something going. They had momentum.
When LeBron come back?
I don't know.
If he does come back, they make the playoffs.
They're saying
like
it
a
was
fourth
worse
spot.
than what they initially thought.
I think it'll be 68. I've always said AFC. I think it's just gonna be too hard. Come like when it gets to like after the All-Star break, teams turn it up or not. So teams we've seen struggling are gonna turn it up.
I feel like as long as the Lakers could stay around 500, like while he's gone, then
Yeah.
when he comes back, they're gonna be in the playoffs still.
They can't fall behind.
It's just
them,
not
but-
gonna be a top seed. It's gonna be like between 8 and 6, maybe 5 at best.
League would be pissed off if they get that AFC though.
Why?
They don't want to see LeBron go out the first round.
Oh, I was about to say, they're just going to go right the fuck home.
Well, no. Right now they would play who? The Nuggets.
No, I think
Oh,
Golden State.
Warriors.
Golden State's number one again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how. So the 2 highest front courts and the 3 highest front courts and the 2 highest guards are who?
Giannis, Kawhi, Embiid,
It's not healthy to hate on people.
Irving, Wade, Kemba.
Wade.
Wade needs to get the fuck out of
No,
there.
he doesn't. It's last year.
Kemba needs to get the
What
fuck
do you
out of there
mean?
too.
No.
Bro, give Dwayne
Yo,
Wade
if I'm
that
having
All-Star
a good
game.
ass
No.
year, bro, and they don't let me
He could
start
be
an
a
All-Star
reserve.
game because a
No,
35-year-old's retiring, bro, I'm sick.
That happens
Sorry.
all the time. It's not gonna be the first time. Kobe should not have been an All-Star game his last
That's
year.
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but-
Absolutely
Yeah,
should've.
that's right.
Absolutely
should've.
should have.
Absolutely should have. Go.
He's averaging like 35.
Not
Go.
the GOAT, but
Go. Greatest of all time.
yeah, I don't know.
He's
Like
the
He's having
what?
a terrible year.
Wade,
That's sick, bro.
Wade fell off a few years ago for me. I think that's
why
why.
it's his last
I'm saying he
year.
can make the All-Star game, but starting, that's a
Didn't
little
he
bit of
drop
stretch.
60 in his last game?
If he wanted to take 100 shots, he could. Bro,
That's
Dwayne
cool,
Wade
no,
right
but
now
the
is better
All-Star
than
game is about
Kobe's
your
last
season.
year.
It's not about the last game.
Kobe's
know
last year
about
was
that.
fucking ass.
Trash.
He averaged like he shot like 35%.
Go.
Wade's ass too.
better
All
than
you can
Kobe.
all you can look forward to for is Wade is
Your goat will never walk
who's he
off
gonna
with
change
60
jerseys
points.
with?
He wouldn't want to do that.
He can't.
If
Who would
wants
he
to-
be
if
starting
he wants
over?
to go out
He
and take as
can't.
many shots as he wants, he
can't.
could. Yes,
No.
any NBA
He
player
No.
can. Yeah, they can.
Cannot.
Bro, Kobe played terrible that year.
Cannot.
If he gets 60.
Wade's
so
not playing
Wade.
terrible right now.
Not as bad as Kobe.
Can you prove it?
Yeah, look it up. Look up the stats.
I'll do that.
So he's playing better than every other player he's starting over.
No, I'm just
That's
saying.
all that should matter in the
Wade
All-Star game.
starts.
60.
I'm
last
saying,
game.
so he start. Is he listed as a-
In the All-Star game.
Yeah,
okay.
you feel me? Like I'm saying because the All-Star game is like your token of like
Bro,
how
you
you're
acting like
doing
he's
for
gonna.
that season.
You're acting like he's gonna go in the All-Star game and play 30 minutes, bro. He's probably gonna play like 10 minutes and that's it, and sit down. And
But starting
everybody else
is
is gonna play.
but starting is still important, bro.
And-
That's
and
like
get a
something
standing
you,
ovation.
as
Yeah, he's
NBA
gonna get his
player.
thing, he's gonna go on, get his claps, get his
Man,
exchange
60.
jerseys, and sit the fuck down.
60
Last game.
Huh?
60
You
points.
talking about Kobe?
Still on Kobe, bro. He did not deserve to be in the All-Star game.
He did
All
not.
right. Western Conference, we got LeBron, Luka, Paul George, KD. Guards, Curry, Rose, Harden, Westbrook.
What? Hold on, Derrick Rose?
Yo, give it to Derrick Rose. I'd much rather see Derrick Rose in an All-Star game than Dwayne Wade.
Okay, but what about
Derrick
every
Rose doesn't
other
deserve
fucking
it.
guard you missed in between there?
Who? Lillard, DeRozan, Lonzo Ball, Devin Booker, Chris Paul. Give it to Derrick Rose.
What?
Give it to
Over
Derrick
Dame
Rose.
Lillard?
Yeah, give
Bro,
it to
get
Derrick
Jamal
Rose.
Murray in there
Give it
before
to
Derrick
Derrick
Rose.
Nah, give it to Derrick Rose.
Kidding me, bro?
He's having a great
He
year.
had like 50 like 2 months ago, and we haven't heard of him since.
What? He's been dropping 30 like every other night.
He has like 4 30-point games on the season.
He has way more than that.
No, he has like, I literally saw the tweet. It was like 4 or 5 30-point games on the whole season, which is good. He's having a good year. I'm
He
not
only
saying
has
that.
4 30-point games because he has a 40-point
my
game and a
God.
50-point game.
Derrick Rose.
Derrick
I'd
Rose.
rather see Lance Stevenson in the All-Star game.
What?
Are you serious? You're a hater. No, you're a hater.
No.
You're a hater. That's the most hateful thing I ever heard come out your mouth.
Bro,
You've said a lot of hateful
Lance
things.
is, so you would rather see Derrick Rose right now in the All-Star game than Lance
Yes.
Stevenson? No.
I'm gonna see
Why?
neither,
bro.
What the fuck makes
Bro.
you say that?
Bro, Lance Stevenson is the funnest player in the NBA to watch.
No.
Easy.
He's a fucking idiot.
He's the funniest player to watch. Easy.
like
How
for
could you-
comedic purposes. That's
Nah,
it.
nah.
Yes.
He's Chris, bro.
No.
You know the little
Could be in
triple,
an All-Star
the
game
triple
loss.
threat he does, the little triple threat where he puts the ball between his legs without putting it on the ground. He's tough, bro. I'm trying to tell
That deserves an All-Star selection.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
you. Over Derrick Rose, hell yeah.
He at least
Hell
scored
no.
50 this year, though.
Wow. I'm
Nah, I
appalled.
respect Derrick Rose, though.
Nah, but I mean, Lance Stevenson is definitely more fun to watch than Derrick Rose right now. I don't care what you say.
Bro, what are you talking about? right
You're just
now?
babbling.
Is he even playing,
I
though?
don't care what you say.
He doesn't even exactly. That's what I'm saying. Lance Stevenson might fuck around and get a DMP for a game.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. If Lance Stevenson didn't play in a game, I wouldn't notice. I would not care.
You would be like, yo, where's Lance?
Him and
And that's even with LeBron,
When
though.
he gets in the game, you're definitely gonna want to watch him more than Derrick Rose.
Miles be tweeting, where the fuck is Lance?
Hell
Put
yeah.
Lance in. We
Hell
need him.
yeah, hell yeah.
That's a big bucket, Lance.
Hell yeah.
If I see Lanton, they probably losing.
You don't want to watch Derrick Rose. He's 37.
So
Yo, Lance used to be on Slam magazines, bro. He up there, too.
No, he's not. Bro. He's like 28, 29.
Yeah, Lance isn't even 30 yet. No, there's no way.
Yeah.
I thought he was older than that.
All right. Anything NBA related y'all want to talk about before we move on? I can't think of anything else.
Celtics will finish top 2.
No.
Watch.
No.
That boy
You're not a
Kyrie.
Celtics fan.
Kyrie's
yes, I am.
nasty, yeah.
No, you're not, bro. You've never in your life been a Celtics fan. Stop jacking that shit, bro. Never, I knew you since you was 10 years old. You're not a Celtics fan.
Celtics Nation.
You're not a Celtics fan.
Jason Tatum game.
Yeah, okay. He's been in the league for 1 year, so if you,
Yep.
you telling me you just became a basketball fan last year?
No. Where's
Right.
What team does Melo play for?
The New York Knicks, and then
He played for the New York Knicks right now?
he played for the fucking
I'm saying right now. What does he play this year?
He's playing for the
Chicago
Rockets right
now.
now.
I don't know,
Oh,
boys.
yeah,
man.
Chicago.
I just started liking the team that my second best player was on.
No.
What's it like? His Big Sky team?
No, nigga, you can't just be like, oh Oh man, Jason Tatum's in the league. I like the Celtics now.
Yeah, I
How does
can
it-
because
what do
He
you
needs some fucking
mean?
culture. That's what he's saying. He said, get some culture and like a team.
nah. To me, no.
You
To
too,
me,
Darren.
the NBA for me is a
I'm
players
not
league.
hearing it.
It's a players.
It's a
league.
players league to me. Like when I was
Okay.
little, I used to go to Celtics games. I used to go to Sixers games to see. Like it was never a sole team in the NBA for me, personally.
Yeah, that's
So that's why I
stupid.
like where my favorite player goes.
Why are
to.
you sitting here lying on camera right now?
I'm not
You never
lying.
rooted for one specific team, is what you're saying?
What team?
When
Got,
his favorite. When his favorite. He's
Miles.
saying
When I
his
rooted for the
favorite
Knicks,
player
who was on that team? Who was on that team when I liked the Knicks? Carmelo Anthony, correct? Exactly. What team does he play for right now? When did he play?
No, my point being is,
I
if
could,
that's
like-
the case, you should be whatever whatever team he's on right now.
But it's Jason, he's saying Jason Tatum.
Yo.
Why am I speaking for him?
Yo.
You explain it.
Melo was getting traded to 5 different teams.
Because I could film because
and I had a player that I
That's
like.
what I said.
I'm
guys can't
a
do
Duke
that.
I'm a
fan, so I've been
D-Wade
watching.
fan.
I've been watching him since he was at Duke, since he was in high school. So I always said when Melo's done, Tatum's the player I will fuck with. That's in the league. And Melo's career right now, I'm
You
not.
didn't watch the last
I'm going like the
Clapboards?
Thunder. I'm going like the Rockets. I'm going like the Bulls. Nah, I'm gonna go where my young boy at.
So why can't you just pick a team to ride with through thick and thin?
Because I can't.
Because
Why
the
am I gonna
NBA,
like
I don't
that
have
team
that
for?
passion. Like I'm not. To me, the league is the NBA
So
is
you're not
a
built like
player
that, that's what
league.
you're saying.
Exactly.
You're not
Why
built
am I
for
gonna
it.
like it? Like what? If you like a team, for me, like
You're
when I
not
first like,
real. Simple.
because you like a logo, that's what
Simple.
you're liking. Really, is that you like the logo.
Simple.
You're not
Niggas
liking.
ain't
You're liking the
real.
GM. You're liking the logo. You're not really liking the team. You
No.
see, I like the players.
I like the players.
I like the
For
Heat.
NBA, I like the
Because
players.
Dwayne Wade won a championship and made me want to like fuck with Dwayne Wade. Once, like, if he were to leave, I would have fucked with another team. Like, I didn't like the Miami Heat. I don't
You
fucking
ain't a
care
real
about-
one.
So LeBron fans could do what
Alright,
they
so I'm not
want.
a real- if that does,
Right?
that means you're not real.
LeBron
you're not
fans
real.
could just change teams if they
No, the
want.
fuck they can't. I give LeBron fans shit all the time.
Bro, it's the
I'm
players
sure.
league. To
What-
me, the
to me, it's the
loyalty is
players
more to
league.
your loyalty is more to the players than is anything else.
Like for example, like
It's
the
a players
NFL.
league. Players make the league, and NFL is
Yeah,
kind of.
the NFL is more of a team. Like I could like one team in the NFL. Like I just grew up liking one team. But like for the NBA, there was mad players I liked. Like the reason why I liked the Rams was because I just liked the team. And I wasn't drawn to like just certain players. I liked the team. But the NBA to me is more of a players league. That's why you got people that are Harden fans. You got Westbrook
NFL
fans.
is not a
Okay,
player.
but
You got-
I can like the Knicks, and Harden is pretty much my favorite player in the NBA right,
Right.
now. Like just
I'm
because
not gonna say I'm a
LeBron's kind
Raptors
of.
fan.
But
been
you
here for
didn't
so
even
long.
But I'm
like
saying
the
I've
Knicks,
liked
so you did
these-
the same thing.
But I'm saying I like
but
these
when did I
players
become a
from the
Knicks
jump
fan?
though. It's not like I
When
just
LeBron was
decided to.
No,
like,
when LeBron left the Cavs,
And so when LeBron,
I
left,
told myself I'm gonna.
why can't you just fuck with the Cavs? Why did you leave the Cavs? You're not real.
I was fucking like 14.
So what?
15.
So,
I've been
like
liking
Dwayne
Melo
Wade
since
when I
he was.
How old are you guys now?
I've been liking
How
Melo
old are
since
you guys?
since he came out of college. I had his Nuggets jersey when he came out of college.
Okay, so
I've
you-
always
so-
been a
so
Melo
you've
fan.
You've been team hopping since you were little. Okay.
Yeah, I've been a player fan. Like he made me watch the NBA.
Dwayne
He was a
Wade
player
made
I
me
watched and
watch
was like,
the
I
NBA.
wanna-
I was watching for Dwayne Wade, nobody else.
No. So I told myself, I said I'm not following LeBron around. I'm not doing that. Like that's just no. So my favorite 2K team was the Knicks. I said I'm rocking with the Knicks, and I've
That's
been
it.
rocking with the Knicks ever since. Me, Raymond Felton was throwing alley oops to
That's
Amari,
it.
and we were getting buckets.
Yo, Raymond Felton was averaging 18 and 9. Don't
Two-
try to
2K
ever talk.
Hold on.
Never tough.
He was averaging 18
He was
and
super
9.
tough. He was super
He
tough.
was
He
wasn't
averaging
tough.
18 and
Raymond
9. He
Felton
was,
was.
Wait, so you tell me
never
you tell me you got a
Tell him,
2K, you
Miles.
looked at the Knicks and was like, yo, they got Raymond Felton.
he was averaging
2K11, Raymond
Yeah,
Felton,
that
Euro
was- he was
stuff.
averaging-
He
He
was
was
tough.
tough.
Yo, I
Yes, he
never
was.
scrolled through
Never
every team in the
tough.
league and
He
started
was
the
tough.
Knicks because of
Yo,
Raymond
they
Felton.
had him. Bro, they went pretty thick in the
Yeah, he
playoffs
was
that
thick
year.
as hell. Yeah,
Bro,
they wasn't thick.
It was because of
Fat as
fucking
hell.
Carmelo Anthony and
He
Terrence
went to the
Booth.
playoffs too, didn't they?
So you would see
Yeah.
Raymond Felton come down the court.
Be like, yo,
Nigga,
That was
I'm
a
not
nice
saying-
move, nigga.
Raymond Felton used
niggas
to
is not
be
playing with the Knicks
tough.
'cause of
Super
Raymond
tough.
Felton. I'm not hearing that.
Nigga, he had a good ass season.
He did. He's never
did.
tough. He was
He
never
had a tough ass season.
They said he was the best alley oop thrower in the NBA.
I don't know about
That's
all
facts.
that.
You
They
can
had
Google
Jason
that.
Kidd
I swear to God.
up in the back too. Man, they was
Yo,
sorry.
I'm taking Jason Kidd that age over him.
And we beat him in 5.
I would too. I'm not saying that, bro. I'm not saying
Bro, Jason
that
Kidd was
the nigga
40,
was
bro.
an MVP or something, but he had a good ass season, bro.
He did. Shout out to Knicks.
Oh god. And I told y'all when the last day I was a Knicks fan too. The day y'all
Like,
drafted
niggas,
that
was
French nigga.
niggas was
Shout out
mentioning
Frank
he got
Ntilikina.
drafted right next to Chris Paul that year and all that. Like, oh yeah, you remember that? Trying to tell you, Raymond
I
Felton.
don't care about Raymond
was
Felton.
spazzing that
I
year.
hate Raymond Felton, bro. I hate seeing him on the court.
Me
bro.
too. He's a fucking bozo, but he was ODing that year.
All right. So did you guys watch the Fyre Festival documentary?
No.
No.
Why? Telling me about that today.
You need to watch it.
What is that?
So did you hear about the Fyre Festival when like
And it all happened.
it was actually happening?
Who the fuck is buying tickets to a festival ran by Ja Rule?
Bro, no. The idea was amazing.
But it's Ja Rule.
Who
Like, out of all
cares?
people
Who
to put
cares?
that together, I'm not.
What?
I'm not.
No,
putting my
first
trust
of
in it.
all, Good Music was a headliner, so I definitely know you were about it.
I wasn't going to the Bahamas on a Ja Rule
If you
built festival.
if you were rich and you saw that lineup and you said
Who was the lineup?
it was Good Music, like a bunch of EDM people.
It doesn't sound like something
So
I wanna watch.
no, that's my answer.
All right, basically it's not targeted toward us.
It was
but-
ran by Ja Rule.
So you're completely missing the point.
All right, so
Can you
explain-
tell me
explain-
what it's
explain the
about?
shit.
I'm
Please.
trying to, but he's just saying the most stupid shit, and it's irrelevant to the fact. So what it was it was a festival on an island. If you bought a ticket to the festival, it included your plane ticket there. There was like stay options where like you could stay on like a fucking mansion tent. You could stay in a villa. You could stay on a yacht. Like there's a bunch of stuff that you can buy with that ticket. And then there's a whole a music festival, and they had a bunch of celebrities going there. Like it was supposed to be like a really good ass time.
Wasn't it a scam, basically?
So yeah, what happened was basically the people that were running it, everything they promised wasn't true. Like they had like fucking hurricane tents. Like that's what you were staying in. They didn't have food for you. They barely had water for you. Like every act that was listed never showed up. So all these people are coming there and they're sitting there on an island. Like it got to the point where they're fighting for a tent. Like you weren't promised a tent. They didn't have flights back. Like the flights
ran
there
by
were
Ja
booked.
Rule.
The flights there were not booked. And like they were just stuck. Like they were in a state of emergency on this island.
That's it.
And
Just see a
all
bunch
of the
EDM.
stuff that like was going on before and after they were there and while they were there, like it's crazy.
Oh
Like
my
you need to watch it.
God. I'd be so sick. I'd be so sick.
The thing is, I was talking to Eric. I'm like, yo, like this is some shit that would happen to us. Like if all the festival ideas we had, like if we actually did that shit, I'm like, yo, we were not ready.
And I saw something. Didn't they say like they knew it wasn't gonna work after a while, but they
No,
kept like
they didn't know it wasn't gonna work until everyone was there.
But how? They only had tents. They didn't have all the shit they promised.
they had
They
Yeah,
had
no.
like villas, or they didn't have the.
Everything was like down to the wire. Like they had villas, but then eventually like the owners were like, no, like you guys can't use these. Like everything just started getting pulled back. And
Yo, that's it.
So Ja Rule finagled people.
and
like,
Ja Rule was like,
He was
like
the face. He wasn't like the.
He-
guy,
he-
he wasn't the guy organizing. He was just
Yeah,
like
something to do with it.
the brand, like the face guy.
yeah, like he
Basically.
was the one doing the talking pretty much. So, nah, like that's please watch it so we can talk about it the next time.
Go watch
Talk
that.
about Soulja Boy. Wait, what are you
Yo,
doing?
I gotta
Um,
apologize to you about that Soulja Boy shit.
Okay, I know him. He was in The Accountant.
Yes, he was. That's a very good.
That was a good
too.
movie.
But I gotta apologize to you about the Soulja Boy thing. I'm doing it for the record. The camera's watching. Jordan tried to put me on about Soulja Boy a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and
Months ago.
Yeah,
months
like a
ago.
couple months ago.
and I wasn't hearing it until I listened to the interview and I understood what he was trying to tell me. I didn't really understand what he was trying to say. I think we just had two perspectives on the point. I felt like Chief Keef would have got found regardless.
Facts.
What you were saying was more of the lines is Soulja Boy paved the way for every fucking artist, pretty much almost every
Yes.
artist now. Like,
Yes.
and I didn't realize that until I started to think like, damn, I wasn't going on YouTube before.
So Soulja
Crank
told
That.
you.
Yeah, like
Soulja told you what's going on.
I wasn't on LimeWire. Not even that, but like,
Draco.
I wasn't on LimeWire like till like Soulja Boy was popular. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't trying to get all my music off the internet till Soulja Boy came out. Like,
No, it's facts. Ringtones and shit.
shit like that, and it's eye opening for real.
My only thing with Soulja Boy is like I think he's just trying to like he's being loud to try to get like attention and stuff. So
Yeah,
like
that's the
everything he's
point.
saying, right? Because I feel like I've heard people will give him that credit before. So it's kind of like
Have you really? Because
yeah, everybody
So
knew he.
no, don't say everybody.
Not everybody, but a good portion of people who listen like to music know what Soulja Boy did for music. Like, even if you look at it, like, look at how dancers are like used in music today. That goes all the way back to Soulja Boy.
Yes, it does. But I guarantee you, I would say 95% of people weren't giving him his props until that interview.
But I feel like, yeah, I agree. But that's just because he's a clown, one. Two is like, you never really paid attention to it. Like, it's one of those things that, like, I don't want to say people
It's one of those things you gotta
take for granted.
He was just kind of quiet too for a while, other than like antics.
Because his music is pretty much like not that great.
No,
True.
So it's like
I don't agree with that. I just think his music was so much ahead of its time. Like, if the music he made in 2010 and 11 was put out now, like, bro,
if Soulja Boy dropped the album right now, you go on Apple Music and you excited about it.
I was never excited for Soulja Boy music, but I listened to it. Yeah,
I just feel like his music wasn't good enough.
Do me a favor, when you get home, go listen to the Cortez tape, and remember, it was released in 2010, but it sounds like it was released in 2018. Like, that's how far ahead of his time he was.
I'm gonna check it out.
And that's the influence he had on people.
I just feel like his music hasn't been like that effective to where we're thinking about giving Soulja Boy credit. Like, I'm not just waking up one random day like, oh, Soulja Boy did this.
No, it definitely has.
Soulja Boy did that, but
I'm
talking about recently, like in the last 2 years, Soulja Boy has been dropping stuff to where we're like, Soulja Boy did this, so nobody's thinking about that until he says something about it.
Like, literally what he's doing right now, letting people know, and that's what's like. It's like Kanye calling himself a genius, and people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Until you really sit there, he is a genius. But until you really sit there and break it down, what you're doing, like, and that's what he's doing. He's breaking down everything he's done, so he's getting his credit.
Dr. West is one of the brightest. Said
Hold
your
on,
favorite
enlighten me
rapper.
on how Kanye West is a genius.
He's a genius.
He's a genius because anything he sets his mind to, pretty much, he's done. And he's been doing.
Pretty much. They told him not to rap. He went on one.
From art to music to rapping to fashion,
Stage design, like, there's
to
so
stage
much
design.
There's so much stuff he's done,
just
bro,
creativity to knowing how to get the best out of people. Like
these elaborate tours that artists go on now, like, that wasn't happening
He
before.
started all of that. Everybody, like, it used to just go on the stage and maybe you have like a graphic or a poster, but like he made all the, not made it, but he helped push it.
Idiot.
And no, you just hate him. Your favorite rapper said he's a genius, so
he's a genius.
Favorite rapper's an idiot too.
that's right. He lost it.
I'm not saying he's a genius.
He's not. He hasn't
Because
done what
neither
Kanye
is
has
Kanye
done.
West.
He is.
What Kanye has done in the last 6 years is better than what Wayne has done in the last 6 years.
That's fine. He's still not a genius.
Definitely is a genius.
We just so what point that we just brought up do you disagree with? And the things he said he's done is not he just did it. He literally did it to the highest level. Like, he literally brought it and had everybody going crazy. Whether it's beats to his music to now his fashion, and now he's gonna go on and do.
And the thing is, like, you don't have to like it. It's just like you have to see, like,
the impact it has.
Yeah, what he's done. You don't see that.
That's a fact.
You don't want to see it.
You don't see it.
Yeah, he just don't want to see it.
You don't want it. You don't like. You don't like
it as
it.
genius. I refuse to
that's a
accept it as
genius.
genius.
So why is it not genius?
Who's a genius to you?
I don't use that term loosely.
So I'm saying,
Like,
who would you
give
consider
me an
a
example.
genius
Who's
to
a
you?
genius to you?
Because he's been doing this for you, like.
I feel like. Okay, hear me on this. I feel like Kanye was a genius until he got too full of himself. If that makes any sense.
How can you don't stop being a
Ye's,
genius?
No, I'm saying,
but Ye's
like,
the same person
I
he
feel
was
like-
before.
No, but I feel like he fucked himself over. He got to a point where he got so good he started hurting himself. If that makes sense.
How?
What do you mean how, bro?
I'm
He's an
asking you to
idiot.
explain.
He's an idiot, bro. Like, the shit that he says, and he thinks he's the smartest guy out there on the fucking earth, and he says the dumbest things ever. He goes out on public fucking pedestals and says the stupidest shit. Like, bro, you can't tell me some black guy who walks around fucking yellow blonde hair and a "Make America Great Again" hat talking
But
about.
we're not saying
genius.
We're not talking about. We're talking about the
political
stuff he does in music and fashion. We're not talking about
Just because you're a genius
his
doesn't mean
opinions
you
on
can't-
life and his opinions
Just
on
because
politics. We're not saying
A
that's
genius
genius.
wouldn't do
Just because
that.
you disagree with
How can you can't say that?
geniuses who do dumb shit, bro. Or shit you don't. It's not even dumb. It's something you don't agree with.
Like my boy Soulja said, he ain't Steve Jobs. He ain't none of that shit, bruh. Yeah, clown, bruh.
He tweeted Kanye West is a genius, by the way.
Yeah, clown, bruh.
Just saying.
Shit lame,
You're
bro.
on the wrong side of history, Miles.
Shit lame, bro.
Wrong side.
Wrong side of history.
Shit lame, bro.
That man is the GOAT.
So did anyone watch the Mike Tyson Joe Rogan?
That was fire.
Nah.
You didn't watch it?
I didn't even know it existed.
It just came out a few days
Few
ago,
days
last week
ago.
maybe.
Yeah.
Alright, check it out.
Bruh,
What are they talking about?
bro, like everything they were
Bro,
supposed
Joe
to talk
Rogan
about.
is so underrated, bro. His podcast is
sell
it.
lit.
He's hilarious.
Joe
Like, his-
Rogan's that guy.
and he's funny as fuck, bro. You seen his stand up on
Yes.
Netflix?
He's
Bro, that shit was
hilarious.
terrible.
what?
Bro,
His
he-
last one?
Are you kidding
If it's
me?
the one Kelvin showed me, that shit was awful.
he has two. There's one I don't like either, but his last
I've
one
only
was
seen
funny as
one.
hell.
I
He has
think it
two.
was-
He has
I
two.
think it was
Is it the one where
latest
one of his bits was he was standing on the chair?
Nah.
No, okay.
No.
That shit
Check the
was
last
whack.
one
Nah,
because
it
I
was-
didn't like his
The last one,
The first
it
one I
was
didn't like either.
Nah, my fault. Go ahead.
Huh?
Nah, never mind. But the last one, it was like he was talking about how like almost like that Rkelly shit. He was like how older guys be like touching little girls and shit. And then he said he was like, but if I came home and my son told me his 30-year-old teacher wanted to suck his dick, I'd be like, son, better go get your dick sucked. Or he said some funny
No,
shit
this
like
what
that.
I'm gonna tell you what he said.
It was a fight, bro. He's bad funny.
When he was like how who's the director nigga whatever that was.
That's who it was. Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein. He was like
Weinstein.
if Harvey Weinstein
You're
offered
right.
my son said, oh, you have to whatever fuck her whatever.
He said, son, you're gonna be
Son,
Batman.
You're gonna be Batman. But nah, you checked out the last one. That's
Yeah,
funny.
that's
But
sick.
his podcasts are his podcasts. He has good guests. Like he has great guests. He has a wide range of guests.
Yeah,
But,
everybody fuck with Joe Rogan.
Real quick, I
So-
guess Victor Oladipo just got hurt, broke his knee.
Oh, that's tough. I broke my knee once.
That's tough.
Wait, what happened?
Broke his knee.
Who?
Victor
Oladipo.
Oladipo.
That's sick.
Yeah. So the Mike Tyson Joe Rogan podcast, it was great just because one, I don't think I ever watched a Mike Tyson interview, and just
I watched like 3 after that.
you did.
Yeah.
I
And
did.
Is he like that in all of them?
I like the Joe Rogan one
Because
the best.
he was
but
a great
is-
speaker. Like
yeah,
I didn't
he's-
expect that.
He was open like in the other ones I watched. Like he's really open about his life and yeah, they're all of them were good. He has one with it's Jalen Rose and
Jacoby.
and Jacoby. Yeah, Jalen Jacoby. He has one.
Now there was an interview where the dude asked Mike Tyson about like his rape allegations,
Okay.
and like he got mad at him,
For real.
and the dude just kept asking him. He's about to like beat his ass. Like Mike Tyson interviews be lit.
But yeah, like this interview made like everything you know about Mike Tyson. It made it make sense. Like he said he was smoking weed, sniffing coke, doing acid at like age 10, 11, and that he was being hypnotized at like 12 years
Oh, yeah,
old.
the hypnotized shit.
Like
That
that
was a
shit
boys'
blew my
club that
mind.
time.
Like they were telling him like to be the animal like that he was, like just a beast, and like he could trigger that. Like he can go into a rage whenever he wanted, and like all that shit just makes sense now.
But he was saying how he doesn't like his past no more. Like he's
Yeah.
over it. Like he doesn't like when people bring it up, or he doesn't like being that monster no more. Like
He said he can't work out because then he gets too full of himself and he becomes that person again. He said he can't even go on like a jog or a run because the minute he gets in shape, and
his
he feels good
ego
about
just goes
himself,
up,
yeah.
and he's back to that like monster.
That's crazy. Like I don't know, but yeah, like I guess he experimented with a lot of drugs and like he found himself and
Did that DMT.
yeah.
I need to try that shit.
I'm all set on that.
I need to try that shit.
It's like a 10-minute high, bro. You might as well just give it a whirl.
I'm cool. All set on that.
Anyways, man, the Illuminati's real.
We're not talking about
Oh
this.
my god.
Yo.
Wrap it up. Wrap it up, Dan.
We still gotta do that episode though. But you guys never sent me stuff to watch.
Well, wrap it up, Dan.
All right, so we're out of here. Clapboards 45 Radio.
Yes, sir.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram 45 Inc. Go cop that new Straight Society.
Gas.
I got mine in the mail today.
Gas.
45 hoodies coming soon. Whenever Dylan hits me the fuck back, it's only been 2 months. I think that's it. It's a lot of shit. Happy New Year. You have? I think I've been waiting since before Thanksgiving. If if that makes you feel better.
Nah, I was trying to make you feel. I don't want to.
Yeah. So 4 or 5 shit coming soon. Let's get it. 4 or 5 radio clapboards. We out.